Yellow everybody, and welcome back to your #1 spot for Looney Tunes World of Mayhem news and info. I am Mr. 901 Tommy Jackson, official maestro of content for Looney Tunes World of Mayhem, and we've got a lot to get to today. I know the video's a little delayed. I'll explain that here in a minute, but we got all types of stuff and things to bang out our brains in this Looney Tune games coming towards us quicker than we know. We're going to go over the patch notes and the reworks in this video. Let's take a look. All right, so right here, we were informed that there was going to be a couple of reworks to older tunes. In fact, we're going to take a look at that patch note first, and then we'll get into this blog post about the rework. So the main thing I wanted to go over was the 36.2 release notes. Partner, check out everything new with the latest update. Version 36.2 is rolling out globally. An incremental update targeted on improving stability and solving some annoying bugs first. Also, squeezes in a couple of quality of life improvements to help find atoms more easily. And see, that's something that we've all been experiencing. Maybe not so much on the PC client, but definitely on the mobile client. I know a lot of the Jack's Army was reaching out to me Friday. A lot of issues with the 299 error, a lot of issues with just locking up during loading. I've experienced that myself. Made me lose an arena. That's right. But anyway, this is supposed to take care of that. So let's keep taking a look. So right here is an example of how the 36.2 version, you will be able to find atoms a lot easier. For example, right here, they form 1,600 atoms in seconds. So here they go, they use some badges here, bam. Now the thing about it was before, if you had a tune that was maxed out, you weren't able to go through and do this. Whereas now, bam, you've got some atoms, pal. Plus, if you need some more atoms, bam, there's some down there. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, what's new? Improved find. So this is that feature we were just looking at. Easier to find atoms. When out of atoms, the game will surface places to collect tune pieces that will automatically convert to atoms you're looking for. You can now find character pieces for already maxed tunes. Helps with quest and farming atoms. Items rewarded by Alliance R&D achievements will now properly appear in the find list. So that find feature, it got improved a little bit. Now it looks like they're putting the final little improvements on it. Here are some things that they're looking to fix in this version. Significantly reduce cases where the game would stop responding. Freeze. Temporarily disabled free gem Tapjoy offers to measure potential negative impact on game stability. Error 11500 when completing battles after major in-game updates. Reduced cases of some high damaging tunes dealing 0 damage. Let us know if you still get this. Wanderer Lola's and LeBron's eyes would sometimes glitch. Couldn't have that. Improved performance on Alliance R&D achievements tab. Screen runs better. All right, and then there's an upcoming patch. So in that upcoming patch, the following fixes will roll out as soon as everyone is on version 36.2. So as soon as that version rolls out and you've updated your game, which I believe mine auto-updated, but you may want to check your prospective app stores to make sure. The following fixes will roll out. Uncounterable attacks are now actually uncounterable, because I have noticed that too. I don't know if any of you in the Jack's Army have noticed it, but uncounterable, bam, countered, huh? So it looks like they're fixing that. Fixed cases where tunes would trigger skills wrongly based on Doom's debuff in the Doom Tower, for example, Lola Bunny, and bosses now have a higher stat floor, 70%, and the ceiling is 900% than the other tunes. So that's just some of the stuff in the 36.2 release. We're also going to take a look at the reworks that came along kind of with this, or right alongside of it. Now, one of their things that they want to do, they want to be able to take older tunes that may not be viable, and there's a lot of them, rework them so that they are. And we get an example of this in Lola Bunny and Petunia Pig. March patch notes include tune and boss kit balancing and new themes available for tower and Alliance Wars. Welcome back to another Looney Tune patch note update. Today we are discussing Petunia and Lola Reworks boss balance updates, as well as available theme updates for Tower and Alliance Wars. So let's take a look real quick. Now, I'll be honest, I wasn't super familiar with Petunia Pig. It's not somebody I was super familiar with. Do I have her unlocked? Sure, but not somebody I ever used a whole lot. Let's take a look and see how they made her better. So Petunia Pig is getting an updated kit to coincide with her new role as leader of the citizen theme. A lot of people were wondering, were they just going to do away with that? Apparently not. She has been given a stat increases and new friendship, more team synergy, and a legendary skill. So let's take a look here at how she has changed. So Heart Racer, the old version, dealt 100% damage to target enemy, granting the team member with the highest attack speed up for the rest of the battle. The new version now deals 100% damage to target enemy, granting all attacker allies speed up for 4 turns. So before it was just one team member, now it's all attacker allies, and instead of for the rest of the battle, it's for 4 turns. So kind of a rebalancing there versus a buff or a nerf. All right, so Natural Glow. Old version, increase the max health of each team member by 10% for the rest of the battle, then heal your team for 30% max health. The new version of that skill increases the max health of each team member by 10% for the rest of the battle, then heal your team for 30% max health. Up to plus 50% max health can be gained. Grant all citizen team members 3 stat ups. I'm considering that a buff. Let me know what you think down in the comments down below. Then we've got Piggy Pride. The old version, while this tune is in battle, all enemies have negative 20% attacks. Once per ally, whenever an ally falls below, I believe that's once per turn. Whenever an ally falls below 30% health, grant it 3 healing over time. All right, so let's take a look at the new version of this. While this tune is in battle, all enemies have negative 10% attack and an additional negative 5% attack per citizen ally. Once per ally. No, it's not once per turn. It's literally once per ally. When an ally falls below 35% health, max health, grant it 3 healing over time. Again, it feels a little bit more like a rebalancing than anything else. Let me know what you guys think. Now we're going to Temper Tantrum. The old version flipped all buffs on target enemy and all debuffs on this tune, gaining 50% turn meter. The new version, for each buff on target enemy, remove 5% turn meter. Then flip all buffs on target enemy and all debuffs on this tune, gain 50% turn meter. So there's actually turn meter removal in this now. Whereas it was not before, so I'd consider that probably a buff. Then we've got the Bad Boys. What you gonna do? All right, whenever a scoundrel, outlaw, or monster attacks, grant your team attack up and gain 15% turn meter. That was the old version. Then we've got the new version. Once per turn, whenever a non-citizen enemy attacks, gain 15% turn meter and grant your team attack up. If they attack this tune, grant your team speed up as well. So again, I think that's probably a buff too, because it's not relegated to just these 3 types. It's all non-citizens. So, and then we've got her legendary skill. So let's take a look at this. Piggy Pleasantries, the new legendary skill. Whenever a citizen team member receives a debuff, grant them plus 10% resistance up to 50% for the rest of the battle. Whenever a citizen team member attacks, cleanse them of 2 debuffs. That could be pretty strong. So citizen friendship added. They're also bumping the stats to go more in line with newer tunes. So you'll see here, attack is now 252 up from 213. Defense is 192 up from 155. Health is 578 up from 550. And speed is 155 up from 138, which was really slow. All right, now let's take a look at my favorite tune ever, Lola Bunny. That's a woman tune there. Lola is updated to include stat increases, a new friendship, and many new buffs in her kit that will allow her to be a powerful ally to all Citizen Toons. So let's take a look. Wham Bam was unchanged. And another thing, the old version hit target enemy 5 times for a total of 140% to 200% damage. If the target is silenced, gain attack up for the rest of the battle. All right, so here's the new version. Hit target enemy 5 times for a total of 140% damage to 200% damage, inflicting a random stat down with each hit. If you're counting at home, that's 5. If the target is silenced, grant all citizen team members attack up for the rest of the battle. I consider that a huge buff compared to the old version. Then you've got Can't Stop Us. The old version, while this toon is in battle and isn't silenced, all enemies are immune to silence. The new version, while this toon is in battle and isn't silenced, all allies have plus 100% resistance to silence. This toon has 10% resistance to silence per citizen ally. So I'm not sure how different that is. I believe because now it's got the percentage in there, there's probably still a chance that you could be silenced depending on, we're just going to have to play with that and see it. But let me know what you think about that one in the comments down below. I'm not sure exactly if that's a buff or a debuff. It seems kind of like just it went across, right? So Staggering Perfume. The old version deals 70% damage to 2 random enemies, silencing them for 2 turns. If this attack hits an already silenced enemy, stun them instead. So now the new version of this, deal 100% damage to 2 random enemies, silencing them for 2 turns. If this attack hits a silenced enemy, stun them instead. So the biggest deal here, just the damage. The damage is more. The rest of it seems like it's the same, so I consider that a buff. Then we've got Chatterbox, the old version. At the end of each enemy's turn, if this toon is silenced, it has a 50% chance to cleanse itself of all debuffs and gain 5 attack up. The new version, at the end of each enemy's turn, if this toon is silenced, it cleanses itself of all other debuffs. For each debuff cleansed, grant your team an attack up to a maximum of 6. So I would almost consider this a buff just from the simple fact is that now it's helping the entire team. So her stats are also increased. Attack 244 up from 236. Defense 191 up from 167. Health 580 up from 494. And speed 161 up from 150. Not bad at all. There are a few little updates to the boss, the Acme R&D boss. The labs keep up with the trends, continuously improving its experiments, redacted characters. Solid 10 Coyote, Monster Tweety, and Unannounced will now start the battle with 70% crit defense, up from a 0. Monster Tweety will get super mad at turn 300 and knock you out. So that's like an instant lose. Lowered requirements for Monster Tweety's Top Cat and not canon achievements to require at least 2 Sylvesters or Sylvester Juniors respectively, down from 3. And they've added a ton of themes to the towers. You guys, I'll leave this in the description below this blog post so that you guys can check it out. But what they're doing is they've added Gangster's Heartthrob, prehistoric teams, things like that. They've also added those themes now to War. So you can take a look at this, guys, on your own time to see exactly which war each new team is going to pop up in. But that's what we've got for you as far as the patch notes and all that good stuff. Let me know what you guys think. I know I haven't put out videos in just a moment, and we're going to have another video, or we've already put it out, one or the other, that explains that a little bit. I'm just uncertain of where this new stuff in the game is going to bring us. These patches and reworks we just talked about, all of those are just fine. But we are moving to a different release schedule, and I'm just unsure. It's one of those things, like we've always said before, we're going to have to see when it hits, make our evaluation there. But we've got all that info for you and more, so make sure that if you haven't already done it, you hit that old subscribe button, bang the hell out of that bell so you always get notified for a brand new Talking Tommy video. And, you know, until next time, stay loony. Rise up, my Jack's Army. We're going to keep our heads up and on a swivel. And until next time, we'll catch you down this old loony road, baby.